have the gall to say, okay, never mind, you guys can go in the game.
Hey, welcome to the Land of Dawn, folks. Both XP laners go for lethal ignition.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
That's the MSC champion matchup in the EXP lane for you.
That's true. That's very true.
I
33,
wonder.
2017, right?
Yeah.
And that's 2022. Lethal Ignition, Festival of Blood. But there's a bit of difference. 33 has gone for extra penetration. Now Nats doing a good job against the Paquito. This should be, on paper, a winning matchup for Paquito.
Okay, now I
Kaizen?
see how they're planning to make it work. Kaizen is very low here. Full World and Shark are actually looking like they're going to be a very dependable mid duo this time around. So if we were to go back, then yes, A7, that might be the game plan. It's just probably really the trio mid that we need to see a bit more coordination from. Because it's a Fredrin, I don't think you can really be like too individualistic if you're
I agree.
Fredrin.
I like the improvement, though, straight up from A7 already. Game number 1, they completely let go of their topside jungle. So best player 1 got evaded very early. Here, it almost happened as well. Kaizen straight from the Raptor over, from the Lizard, straight to the Beetle. But A7 caught it early, and it will not be a full-on buff take.
Oh. That's in 33rd here. Get a bit of help from Shark and Nile. And I like how it's... I agree. There somehow in the wild card has been quite, or a bit too much explosiveness coming in from the damage EXP laners, specifically those getting a hold of the Benedetta. But I'm hoping and I'm seeing how they're definitely going to try to keep it a bit more balanced this time.
Yep.
You definitely could not make as much mistakes as Nats this time around. Now look at that advantage he's gotten over 33.
Really good eye for an eye there. Take away some of that damage from the jab of 33. A7 with Prio. It's Cold World and Shark already in position. Best player 1 holding on to the neutral objective.
Oh, Shark scouting out majority of the members. Traction pulls laid down too,
What?
but Kaizen actually wins out the retribution.
That's-
Does A7 still go for it? It's a no. Okay, this is a much disciplined A7 we're seeing, but KOG do not want to let them be like that. 33rd, picks up first blood. That was Shark that they found, and now is the purple buff slowly being taken away from best player 1. But at least they're able to regain their position.
That was supposed to be their lifeline. A7 to win out the turtle and to start things off good with this greedy lineup. But Kaizen's gonna go in.
Okay, now they're after best player 1, and now picks up the kill. Nats could barely do anything. He could just watch.
Oh my lord. KOG are just outclassing A7. In game 1 for A7, it looked like, all right, you know, they started off the game really bad. It was a few cheese movements from the anti-handshake man, Zixora.
Oh,
But this game, they got their pathing. They're forcing out fights.
yeah, but KOG, when they know that they're not prepared, they're not really taking
Yeah.
on these fights. Knockup, though, once again, coming in from Zed. And the spatial migration from KZ, not really going to land on anyone, but A7, they couldn't really farm as freely as they want to.
Yeah, KOG has just been getting so much tempo on the map. Payan, after that turret goal taken away, Kaizen just gets out after taking a beetle. And it's another gold crab given over to Payan. This is just disastrous for A7. It is fantastic, though, for KOG.
Yeah. What do we say about KOG working as a unit? Right now, it seems like majority of their rotations have been at least 2 or 3 members alongside Kaizen, and they've been making it work. This is the exact opposite of what we're seeing from A7, where they have been doing some things individually on the map, specifically when you look at the EXP lane, but together with best player 1, we're not seeing much. They haven't been able to really utilize this composition just yet. And now we're seeing the next objective come up. Shark, this is how you expect a Marcel to be played, but you're not really getting much value out of it when you look at the other members of A7 just yet.
Yeah, and you saw just how squishy he can be when the Paquito gets his hands on the Marcel. Shark got blasted by the Paquito. And look at his rotation. Tempo in the bottom lane. They're going to make Nats lose a whole wave. As they rotate, and A7 did not have control over the neutral objective. Nile, good job taking the aggro, and Kaizen's going to try to bait out Purify up top.
Whoa! Kaizen went for Zia first, forcing out the Purify and even the Zaman Force. Now A7 lose a major resource before this objective, but they're still going to go for it anyway. There goes the Golden Orb!
Oh, no.
It stopped even the turtle, but it's still A7 who are able to secure it nonetheless. Now Kaizen falls in. They're going for the chase. They want to take more. Payan looks to be the next target, but they're being very careful. They do not want to risk it.
Usually that would be a big mistake, man, for the Marcel to just freeze it out when the Fredrin, best player, could go for the retry, but Sharks takes it at the end of the day. So, hey, if it works out, it ain't a bad play. A7 still in this game.
Okay, that was... I also couldn't recall how exactly things happened because it's just literally 1 HP left
Yeah.
for the turtle before it actually went over to the hands of A7. And I don't know if the retribution was already used it. Wow, okay, damage EXP. This is why we also called in Nats Entertainment way back. There's just so much action going on. EXP damage.
It's still very tough, though, to pull off the Benedetta against the Paquito. Only few have succeeded with that matchup. And, yeah, I thought it was going to be really bad with Zia already using Zaman Force and Purify, but they managed to come in. Shark, so far, saving A7 from a possible, 3,000 goal lead for KOG.
Yeah. At least they also are really holding on to the majority of their resources. Just, yeah, even though we've seen KOG multiple times just really attempt to keep the tempo going, even occasionally stealing away some jungle camps from A7, Best Player 1 is a bit behind, but not too significantly. So I wonder how A7 are planning to be a bit more proactive this time. They definitely are with the Marcel. We've seen that countless times, but the damage doesn't seem to suffice just yet. Traction Pulse that's used, though. And Crimson Beacon is down for Zed.
Good damage coming in from A7. Good poke. They bait out the Crimson Beacon right before the neutral objective. This should be free. Never mind. Payan up top, staying in this lane. The man that I thought was going to be the star of the day yesterday. Predictions. With the Claude, it's comfort pick. But finally, there you go. A7 with the neutral objective control. That's 2 turtles to 1. Yeah,
the macro team that KOG is clearly just decided to let go of that turtle in exchange of more structures across the map. And I think this is really one way that they could definitely deal with the threat of the Benedetta and how they're able, or A7 is able to utilize it. Because now they're forcing reactions slowly against A7. They're going to force a fight down bottom as well, but the damage coming in from Zia will be enough to take down 33. But again, it's a damaged Paquito, so kind of like expect him to be one of the better targets too. Yeah, and that's why we don't really see too many Paquitos go full-on damage. Usually there's a good mix. Good ult, golden hour. Okay, now it's Best Player 1 intercepting from behind, making sure that he will be providing assistance to this team. But A7, they're still going for it. Nile will be the casualty. And now it's Kaizen. Oh, Payan is actually gonna go in. Okay. That's just for the orange buff. Yep. Leashing Best Player 1 to get the orange buff. They're actually converting on objectives really well. Clearing out mid. Nat's doing the dirty work here. Dodges away from the spatial migration. BP trying to punish Kaizen. Traction pulse. Almost even a block. Dang. They really want to get Kaizen down, man. Kaizen's been like... He's the one doing a lot of the more individual things. Making sure that the waves are managed. Even in that mid lane where it feels like it could have been something that A7 just immediately transitioned towards right after they were able to get that bottom turret. Didn't really happen. And now it's a bit tricky to think about it, because even against Best Player 1, or especially against Best Player 1 and Zia, it seems like Kaizen has been very particular with who he wants to use the spatial migration Violet Requiems on. Like, you see him walk in front of you, very honestly. Yeah. But it's a mystery how he's still able to land these spatial migrations on the targets that he wants. And there's usually just a combo together with a Gwyn. That's why you pick it up. You want to have a combo with it. But here it's just an independent Gwyn. And it wasn't even like a full neutral objective win, right? I mean, Turtle 1, 50-50 retry he wanted, but then after that, it's just been a Shark and then a free one for BP up top. It's a 1v1, 33 versus Nats. Whoa, okay. They probably are not going to continue this anymore. At least we know both XP laners are up top, trying to deal with the waves before we fully transition to this next objective, which is already the Lord. Kaizen's already here. Best Player 1, 2. They're just seeing each other. Who's gonna go first? It's all about the combo. Nats has Prio up top. He already rotates first. Tempo on the side of A7. Oh, they're bursting it down. They want to make his store. And now the traction pulls. They're bursting down Kaizen. The best possible target before this objective taken. Now Payan using the blazing twin, but it's cancelled by the energy eruption. Whoa. 33! He finds Zia though. Gold World trying to deal with him. But the Lord, Payan! Payan actually takes the Lord! Seals it away, the Art of Thievery from the Claude. Payan saves the day, getting the kill on BP. Nats and they with a massive play to keep them in the game. Yeah, they were both low, but they both agreed to just go for the Lord. And that was knowing that the entire team fight has been split up. Anyway, Nats, Kaizen finds him yet again. It hasn't been such a great time for Nats just yet in this game. Traction Pulse, Crimson Beacon out. They're holding on to this mid turret. Payan almost taken out. Golden R trying to keep him safe. And Best Player 1 walks out, but Shark will be the sacrifice. Oh my goodness. Kaizen gets a spatial migration, but it's buffered by the dash, so Kaizen can't really follow it up with the big Violet Requiem. Still though, KOG are well and truly back in the game. A7 trying to make a lot of plays across the map to clear the waves, but it did not work out. It backfired for Nats completely. A Sokolil for Kaizen. And it seems like it's going to be the tier 2 up top fallen as well. Okay, Traction Pulse. They get to defend this tier 2 up top. But it's terrifying. KOG are now working as a unit, and there you go! Kaizen starts things off. Best Player 1 is the target, but it's A7 clapping back! They take out 3! They're chasing after Nile, and Kaizen still has the Raging Sandstorm, and will get out safely.
Oh my god, Nats with the instant redemption, finding the Petrify. What a shot from Zia as well. They're gonna go for the one straight push. A7.
Okay, could this be a one-way? Does Alan Force already laid down? They really wanted to take their time. Nile tried his best to delay, but they still have a minion left. Golden R on KZ! And all they want is the base! KZ, using the retribution, actually takes out the minion, but they still have one wave left, but KOG are back!
Oh, what a save by KZ. Nile initially, it looked kind of troll. Walking up there, trying to clear out the wave, but they calculated it just for KZ's retreat to be up. It looked so darn good already for Shark. The golden hour to keep him at bay, but it wasn't enough. KOG live to see another day, and now all 5 are up. The advantage on turrets, non-existent. A7 and KOG both can clear out waves. Nats is still already in the far lane, holding that wave, trying to clear it. 40 stacks on Cold World.
Yeah, I was about to say, no one has really dealt with Cold World. I think he's one of the more noticeable players in this game if you're KOG, because it seems like Nats, Zio take up so much of your attention. Okay, Kaizen gets spotted again. And yeah, that's something I'm worrying about, because Kaizen seems to be the more forward member all the time.
Yeah, and it's a big problem. Shark in the back, trying to go for the cut.
Okay, Zed gets done briefly.
A bit of panic in the eyes of Zed. A7 know that there's no Crimson Beacon. The backliners are safe. Cold World unnoticed this far, but I don't think he's going to stay unnoticed for much longer. Kaizen with a flank.
Okay, Nats already spotted out. Kaizen, oh my goodness, 33! Did not want to be in that position, but because of that, Kaizen actually will find Nats. Violet Requiem as well, but he had to get out. He's being bursted down really fast. Best player one secures the objective, but Payan! He might have just saved the game for his team. It's a 3-for-3 so far. Nats versus Nile alongside best player one. But the base, fortunately, minions are spotting. But Nile, can he get out of this? It's a no.
Big bong to seal his fate. Now it's up to 33, who's up in 4 together with Zed. Zed didn't use the Crimson Beacon in that fight. It was already down, so he has it here. Best player one, straight into the mid lane. Nats with a push in bot. Can A7 look for the end?
All right, 33 and Zed, they have such a huge task, but the damage coming in from Nats might just be enough, but 33 is clapping back. 33! Taken down by Nats! Nats cannot escape though as Zed finds him too!
Big wave down below, the minions. Can it save the day? Gonna get a single base turret. KZ retreats it. And KOG keep their side base turrets alive. Oh my god, what an action-packed game. A7 and KOG going band for band. Both XPs down. There's another wave up top.
This is the back and forth that we've been looking for. Kaizen uses the Violet Requiem just to not get caught in that. But they get to clear it nonetheless. Okay, I think we can breathe for a bit now. We still have 90 seconds before the next Lord, and KOG might just get to find their positioning again outside of their base.
Oh, my hero moments. How many hero moments have we seen this game? Shark with a turtle steal, Payan with a lore steal, and then we have 33 and the rest of the boys just defending. Kaizen with a retreat as well. That's getting some big petrifies, and it is a Queen's Wing, so that's why 33 was able to really hold on for such a long time, and he's going to go and build some more tanky items. On the other side of the map, though, it is just pure damage for Nats, right now at least. Rose Gold Meteor being the only defensive item. He's building towards the Ares belt.
Yeah.
A bit more HP.
And I think another good thing is the fact that KOG were able to somehow shut down Cold World, so the stacks have been lessened by just a bit. Okay. They're holding on to that base turret.
They got out. That's the far lane. That could have actually given A7 a massive advantage coming into the possibly last Lord of the game. I don't want to call it just yet. It's not evolved. But Kaizen, it's so hard to be an independent Guinevere. He's always had to use the Violet Requiem before the fight even starts.
Yeah.
He still gets it, though. Good retreat to take it away. It's going to be down for a bit. It won't be detrimental to the Lord just yet.
Yeah, and is really trying to find a target from behind still the best way to go around this game now that we're approaching the late game. All Purifies are still up. Now it's a concealed play coming in from KOG. Shark will just run away from that. And now, let's see how they decide to deal with the lanes before we head into this objective. Because A7 are already starting it out.
Hey, wave bot is good for A7 as well. 33 didn't have enough time. Shark gonna go for the zone in the back line on Kaizen.
And Kaizen goes back in! Was it the right decision though? He uses the spatial migration to get out. Another concealed play coming from A7 this time! Sharp using the golden arm, but Payan was able to dodge it nonetheless. Best player won with the retribution! The Lord was all they wanted, and now they're trying to run away! They're waiting for the Lord. They want to put an end to this game!
Massive play from Shark to zone everyone on KOG from the Lord, and it's free for BP1. No 50-50s at hand. Now it's a push, not an evolved Lord though. KOG have some decent clear with the Paquito and the Claude.
18 minutes in. Although this is not an evolved Lord, but this is 18 minutes in. Death timers are really going to matter at this point, and A7 are just walking with this Lord. They have a huge advantage in their hands, but what can KOG do? Now they're going to group up. Now they're going to play as a team. But will A7 allow them to? Kaysen catches 3! Golden R! Stopping the other members from following up, but the final blow actually lands. Kaysen is nowhere to be found. KOG! No what ultimates are available. It's just buy-in.
They got consistent damage though. As long as Zia doesn't have Zaman Force, I don't think A7 can end.
Okay, they get to clear. They will be okay.
There you go.
Zaman Force gets used though once again. 33! Still alive! Shark though gets knocked up. Lantern Flare available again. All base starts having to take it out, but Sid! We did not expect that Winter Crown Blazing do it. Combo from Payan at 33! They're saving this game for KOG!
Immortality with the Rose Gold. Payan gonna get taken down. Passive Raging Sandstorm!
Alright, that's player 1. He's still alive. He's gonna be okay.